I'm going to show you guys how to use AI generated PowerPoint slides and augment them to give that professional feel in less than a couple of minutes. Now, the way this whole thing starts is you go online on gamma.app, gamma.app, and you can create your own slides, your own content using AI. So it's a pretty powerful tool, which is it starts free and then you get into the paid stuff. I'm still using the free because I just want to test it. So let's just click on generate. I'm going to show you guys what I did and then the result. So I'm going to choose how many slides or cards, which is 1. You put a brief description of what you want. So I just kind of wrote something like that. I would just want to generate content on the benefits of eating fruits, right? You can choose the default type of style, etc. And you can add in as many prompts as you can to describe what you want. So give me a couple of seconds. We're going to see the end result of the actual prompt. So that's what you get. You get this. I actually asked for 2 pages because I wanted to test the system to see how smart or dumb, I don't know, it was. And I kind of like it. I think it's okay. It's decent. Obviously, I don't think that's a fruit. I like that looks like caramel of some sort. And there's some weird fruits, weird shaped banana or some, I don't know. Is that mango? Not sure. But it's still decent. You know, fruits, nature's powerhouses for optimal health, yada, yada, yada. So what we're going to do is I'm going to extract this, export this from this online tool, which is pretty powerful. And we're going to go in PowerPoint and we're going to jazz it up, put a bit of love into it so that we can see how we can get that professional feel, that human touch to this AI generated slide. So let's just get into it. All right, now we're in PowerPoint. So you can see I added a couple empty slides. I'm going to copy and paste this one here. So I'm going to use the second one. Why do I do that? This is a reflex I do because I usually, this turns like into a Frankenstein slide. So if I really kind of mess it up and I save it and I go, oh, dear Lord, I wish I didn't do that. Then ultimately I have always the original slide, which is kind of there. It gets kind of it tends to be more slides than not enough, but that's my style. I'm a bit kind of messy in the way I work, but that's my creative process. So I got this copy and paste slide. Now I can, have fun with it. And by the way, if you enjoy these videos, you're probably going to enjoy my training on Presentation Pro, which is something about this. Let me tell you guys about my Presentation Pro workshop with 4 easy steps broken down into high-quality, thought-provoking videos. You will have access to powerful and concise walkthroughs that are simple, reliable, and repeatable, that have been written by me personally. This method does everything for you to prepare your next presentation in a way that's going to be fun, immersive, and accessible. Videos, summaries, step-by-step checklist, supporting documentation, and working templates, all in 12 chapters that are crisp and concise. We have over 4 hours of premium content online with detailed video tutorials that help you each step of the way. You'll never struggle with presentation strategy or delivery ever again. I'm guessing right now you're pretty interested in the workshop. Click on the link to watch the free webinar. All right, now let's get into what do we do with this thing. So I just want to play around with this image, this picture. I want to crop it to some sort of a bowl shape because, there's a bowl and let's use that shape. I'm going to click on crop again and I'm going to play around with the border. You can see that you can play around with 2 things. Is one, the border and the picture itself. So it's like on 2 layers, if you may, right? So I'm gonna play around with the shape. There you go. Now that's a big mess. Okay, let's bring it down here. This is too large. There you go. Let's tighten it up. So as you can, you're kind of guessing what I'm trying to do here. I want to give that bowl shape to it. There you go. That looks cooler. than the rectangular shape. But something's missing. What if we put a reflection, right? Let's just do a slight reflection. Now you can play around with how intense the reflection is. I just want it to be slight, like ever so slight. So it's going to give that little cinematic feel to, let's see, full screen. Yeah, it kind of looks better. So what I do is I tape every time I do look, it'll change. You probably notice I just put it full screen to get that feel. It's like stepping back and looking at your work and wondering, like, is this good? Is this good enough? So there's a lot of dead space here. And what I call dead space is just white space. So we're going to play around with that and start to fill that space up in a way that's not too crowded, but you can tell there's too much white space. So let's use the principle of big title, medium title, and text. So let's just have fruit as the big title. And let's kick up the font size to something ludicrous. Fruits. That's too much. All right. Again, to your style, you can have you can play around with it. You can go let's go insane, because that's the style you want to give it, like fruits, and then you play around with it. Well, I have a bit of my own personal style is a bit conservative to a point. So I'm just going to have a 166 in terms of size. Nothing precise. I'm just going with the feel of what what I want it to look like. Subtitle, not subtitle, the second title. I'll leave it there. It's a reasonable size. And the text is okay-ish. So when I'm selecting several things, by the way, I click here and I maintain Shift. And I click on the second one, the third one, and then let go of Shift, and I can click and drag the whole thing. Let's arrange it vertically. And you probably noticed that didn't work, because when I tend to use AI generated content, they do something weird with the text box and the properties of the text box. So it's kind of a challenge to put everything in its place. So there's a bit of legwork to do that. But again, we got something reasonable right now. It looks better. Let's see. So that's the AI generated slide. That's what we got so far. So it feels better. It feels more, I want to give it a bit of a magazine feel. If you're reading, if you're a health nut and you're reading a magazine, I wanted to give that feel. So let's add another trick I like to use. It's black on white, white on black. So to contrast a word, or if you want a word to pop out, I'm going to just remove the outline. I don't like outlines. It's a pain in the butt. I'm going to put this in the back and select the text, which again looks weird because it's AI generated. So the text box is a bit weird. And now you get that. Here in Quebec, we have this yogurt. I think it's called Yogo or something like that. And it's got this black on white type of theme to it. I do love the feel of the black and white. You can play around with the box and have, I don't know, what if we did this, kind of. Let's put it in the back. And, do you want to do this? I don't know. It feels a bit off. But again, you can play around with these ideas. So I'm just going to have fruits highlighted like that. And nothing's perfect. I mean, you can play around with where you want this box to start. And another trick to the trade, I'm going to add a line. I don't know why I like to do that. I've seen that in magazines, and I just think it looks cool. It looks great. I'm going to put a shape outline of black and increase the size of it. And I don't know, it looks good to me. It looks good to me. Okay. And let's keep going with let's push the envelope. Let's see if that's too much. But what if I have the same kind of line-ish for the text? Why not? And I'm just going to move this around so it's on less lines. And I don't like the way this ends because I mean, if there's all this dead space here, so what if let's put it closer. What if we do this? Does that look insane? It looks better. I think it looks better. Oh, there you go. I missed it. Let me select the whole thing, the whole work. Bro, come on. Wait. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Okay, cool. Okay. We got it. And let's just kick it up like whoopee. There you go. Is that too much? It feels too much. Yeah. Oh, maybe. A little tad lower, maybe. Last trick. Again, this is a lazy trick. Lazy Susie. I usually get a triangle out there using the same type of color scheme or, and I just stick it in the corner. Like, boop, there you go. Nothing fancy. I intentionally don't use like a 45-degree angle or something uniform. I want to give it a scrapbook type of feel to the angle. Like, so I just want it to be just slightly off. So it has this more natural, I'm just saying natural. This is perfect 45 degrees. So let's just beep like that. Okay. And let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. So that's it. I mean, ultimately, we're going from this. Let's put a effect. Let's put a transition, like a morph. Transition should be on the second slide. So I'm going to select second slide, transition to morph, and then we're going to see what it looks like. So we're going from the AI generated type of content down to something a little more professional, a little more jazzy, a little more markety, if you may. And again, there's no reason to freak out, when there's AI generated stuff. This means it's going to replace you as a presenter, as a designer, as a speaker. Ultimately, it's helping you. So you're kind of taking it from there. Whatever AI produces, you can take it from there and just push the envelope and really get the look and feel that you want to get from your presentation. All right, so watch out for my next videos. And if you have any questions, pop a comment, like, subscribe, and see you next time.